Hello there everyone and welcome back to Green Gourmet for a curry recipe that will literally leave you wanting for more. It's a very simple 5-ingredient recipe packed with vegetables but also with proteins because we've got tempeh in this curry and it's delicious because it's also made with coconut milk, so it's packed with flavors and it's impossible to not love it. Before we go in the kitchen together, please subscribe to my channel, Green Gourmet, like and share this recipe with anyone who you think might enjoy a delicious vegan recipe that's also easy to make. So back to cooking together. As I said, this curry is literally very simple. It takes a few ingredients and it's totally packed with exotic flavor from the curry, the coconut milk, and it's got proteins, tempeh proteins. Many people actually tell me that they don't know how to cook tempeh. They actually find it way too difficult to cook it or to make it taste any good. So this recipe is basically for all of you who might want to try tempeh, which is absolutely delicious in terms of taste and fantastic from a nutritional point of view because it's proteins, it's fermented soybeans, so also very healthy. So as I said, this recipe is for you and you're gonna love it. Chop up your onion and chop up your potatoes fairly coarsely, but make sure they're all the same size because they're going to have to cook and we want them the same size. Otherwise, one is going to be overcooked and one is going to be like mashed potatoes, which is what we don't want in this curry. Then set all the vegetables aside and put a little bit of extra virgin olive oil in your pan and toss in the onion and just roast it until it's like slightly cooked and transparent. And at that point, you just add all of your potatoes. Start cooking them just a little bit. And after you've roasted them together with the onion and the flavors have start mixing up, just add a little bit of water. You add the water that is going to be necessary for cooking the potatoes and cover it with the lid. And while it cooks for, let's say, approximately 10 minutes, we are going to chop up our green beans. Again, make sure that the green beans are all going to be the same length when you chop them up in little pieces. This is extremely important for this recipe, again, because we don't want some of them to be undercooked and some of them to be overcooked. I'm not saying you need to measure them to make sure that they're all the same size, but just try to do your best and chop them in similar size pieces that we are going to put in our pan along with the other vegetables. I think that the green beans in this recipe go very well with the potatoes and the sweetness of the coconut milk. And they're also a nice way of incorporating this springtime fresh vegetable into your diet. So once we're done chopping all the green beans, we go back to our pans. As you can see, the potatoes are slightly cooked and not overcooked and not completely done because we don't want them to be completely done because now we're going to throw all the green beans in the pan. And the green beans are going to have to cook. This is the reason why I said only no more than 10 minutes, literally the time to chop up the green beans. Then we add a little bit of seasoning, so some salt and pepper, and finally we are going to add our spices. I added some curry, a little bit of garam masala, and also some extra turmeric because I really love the color of this curry. You've probably understood by now that I really love the color of vegan foods, how the vegetables mixed with spices and certain ingredients actually generate some fantastic vibrant colors. So again, you add a little bit of water, you cover, and you let the vegetables cook. In the meantime, we actually chop up the tempeh. The tempeh, as you can see here, I'm actually chopping it up in some small cubes, smallish cubes, not too small. Again, make sure they're more or less all the same size, and in a separate pan, put a little bit of extra virgin olive oil and then toss the tempeh until it becomes like golden brown. It's going to take no more than 5 minutes, and here I'm adding some herbs. Again, it's my dried herbs mixture, which is made of thyme, sage, rosemary. You can add whichever fine herbs you prefer. And then I also added a little bit of garlic powder, which I think goes very well in this recipe because we've already got the onions, and a little bit of garlic powder seasoning on our nicely golden, as you can see, tempeh goes very well on it. Just put it in the pan, mix it very well, and at this point we are going to add our coconut milk. As you can see, I am using like full fat coconut milk, which has got a lot of coconut cream on top. Just mix your vegetables very delicately so that you don't break up any of the potatoes, and this is what it's going to look like. It's fantastically creamy, super colorful, absolutely delicious. I added a little bit of parsley to top it off because it goes very well on it, and again it adds this pop of color which I really love. It takes approximately, let's say, 25 minutes from the moment you start this recipe to the moment you're ready to eat it. Let's say 30 minutes tops. But it literally takes no more than 10 minutes to prepare all the ingredients. It's positively delicious, and it's totally al bacio. If you don't try it, you're missing out. I hope you like this recipe and let me know what you think about it. And if I did leave you longing for more, subscribe to my channel, Green Gourmet. And thank you very much. See you very soon on Green Gourmet for another recipe, another adventure, and a new video. Bye for now.